Thank you, Chris, for your choice of item number two on my list. It's the best bad shot in golf. Now, the concept that there's a good bad shot, I think, is worth at least a little acknowledgement. Most bad shots come from an error in your golf swing, and that sort of suggests that things need to change. But topping the ball, which is when you hit the ball with the edge of the club, not the face, and it runs straight along the fairway, sometimes doesn't reach the ladies' tee. That's the best bad shot in golf, and here's why. Unlike all the other bad shots in golf, it comes from a good swing very often, and it often goes straight down the golf course. The first time I ever played golf was in the autumn in Scotland, and this was at Kings Park in Stirling. And on the seventh hole of par five, my hands were quite cold because it was sort of frosty. I topped a ball off the tee about 180 yards, and then I topped a 3-wood along the ground, another 150 yards, and then I topped a 6-iron onto the green and actually made the putt and had my first ever birdie, first time I'd played golf. So topping the ball is usually a response to hitting fat. In other words, we don't top directly. People often say it's because you lifted your head or took your eye off the ball. But in fact, there's a reason for that. And that's because very often people set up with the left hand in a position where it's turned with the thumb and the hand too much to the left, so that the club arrives at the top of the swing with the club face open. And that makes you tend to slice the ball. And slicing is a shot that goes into the right trees. Now, in an effort to fix slicing, people then do what they call casting, which is to hit very early. They uncock their wrists very early in the swing to try to square up that club face, which is fundamentally trying to go to the right. That casting throws the club underground. It also can throw it away from you, which shanks the ball, which is an even more disgraceful golf shot. And so we fight to avoid shanking and therefore end up hitting fat a lot, which is where the edge of the club digs into the ground before it gets to the ball. So the solution of all of this is to strengthen the grip, a little ambiguous term, but to turn the hand and arm to the right so that you've got a club face that's less likely to hit to the right. And then practice swinging, brushing the grass. It's extremely important that you don't gouge, but that you brush and that you identify how it feels to brush after the ball. Once you've got the brush occurring right at or just after the ball, and you've got the setup making it less vulnerable that you would go to the right, then you're probably going to top the ball less frequently.